Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today I'm going to do another update on the lighting for the Moomin house because I can't go any further until I get all the lights figured out and at least get the wires over to here so that everything, when I run the conduit up, then the wires have somewhere to go and I'll just hook it up. So if you look, you can see that I have drawn a bunch of lines on here, and the plus means is going to be the positive wire, the minus is the negative wire, and I'm going to do similar to what I did on the first floor, which is run the negatives around the outside. Then the positives are going to run and actually hit into a single wire that is going to hit the it's going to hit the wire coming up from the bottom, because this is where the wire for this floor is going to end. This is to get it to the next conduit and go up into the third floor. These are all going to be laid down in here, and you can see right here with the purple tape. What I've done is I took this basically Dremel tool, and I augured out the a spot for the wire. And here as well, what this does is it lets me run this negative wire over. They'll join here. One of these two, whichever one is the longest, which is this one coming from here, will come up here and join into this one, which is going to go in, and they're going to join together eventually right there, giving me the negative side or negative leg of the circuit. I'm also not sure yet how I'm going to do it. Probably going to use UV resin rather than, I've used CA glue in the past. I've heard that CA can be bad. I haven't had a problem with the ceramic wires yet, the ceramic on these wires yet, but I'll probably use some clear resin, some clear UV resin to lock these wires down into place once I've connected them. That way I can I don't have to worry about them, one, wearing out, and two, more importantly, popping up and keeping the floors from sticking together. Once I get this sorted out, then once I do the negative wire, then I've got to run all these positive wires together, and the positives are going to be a little bit more tricky because I've got to put a resistor in on each of the positive wires just so that I can run this off of 9 volts. So I want to show you real quick, and this is going to be noisy. I'm not going to mute the mic, but I'm also not going to run this very long. But how I do the lines here, because you can see the line here and here are gone completely because I turn on the Dremel and I run the Dremel through the line and basically follow my pattern, getting rid of the line and getting it large enough, plenty large. This, we've got these little wires. They could fit in a much smaller trench than that. The key is, though, I've got to have a big enough trench to fit the resistors in. So I'm going to run through this leg real quick, and then I'll turn off the Dremel and we'll move on to the next segment. Plug your ears, you have been warned. What I do for that is I turn it on. I hit minus because that gives it full power right off the bat. And then I'll take the vacuum cleaner here, noisy again. Suck most of that out. Some of it does not come. Just need to hit it with a X-Acto or just my fingers. Pull it just to get the last of the wood disconnected from the rest of it. And so now, this wire here, I'll come to here, probably will not heat shrink these together, but this wire here that's coming out of here, whatever continues on, is going to get laid down in this little trench here, and thereby not be blocking at all. So that's all I'm going to do for right now. I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, going to be a lot of noisy dremeling. Once I start soldering, I'll come back, show the progress, and I'll also double check as we go, making sure that the wires are still good. Let me check one last thing. Yes, and my power supply is currently set at 2.8 volts on purpose. That way I don't pop these SMDs. So I say that a lot, so okay. I'm going to pause, or I'm going to stop the camera now and come back after I get at least the first leg of the negatives, maybe when I get some of the positives done. The positives are a little bit different because you got to run them all. I'm running them all into a single leg. The negatives come out to, well, they're going to run down to one leg, but they're going further because they're on the outside. So I will be back. Stay tuned. Okay, wiring is done on this floor. Let me move it around it up here so you can see. And what I did was on the around the outside is the negative, on the inside is the positive, coming down to these two wires, and these two wires will get connected to the wires coming up from the floor below. But let me show you right now how everything looks. So connect the negative. As I pointed out when I showed the last filmed the last segment, negative on the outside, positive on the inside. You should have seen it, a little bit of a flash there, but you can see now I have lights, 2 lights in each room, and I did have some problems. These 3 LEDs broke. Or no, not 3, sorry. This last one over here did not break. It was fine, but these 2 here, as soon as I got them started most of the way wired and was doing the resin, using UV resin and this light here to cure the resin, just sitting it on here like this, turning it on, letting it run, that cures the resin. But 2 of the lights broke, so I had to replace them. And then let me go ahead and disconnect this and this. So next thing that I will do is I will run the conduit down here like this, and you can see here already that I have this augured out so that the next wires going up to the next level will be fine. But I'll run this down here like this into the hole for the next level, and then mark it off, and then I'll bring up the wires from the level below. I won't attach them yet. I won't attach it until I'm sure that I'm going to glue this down to the first floor or the ground floor, whichever one, depending on where you're from. First floor is the second floor for Americans, but it'll hook up here, and I've got the wires pulled out here so that I can actually work with them. But it'll hook up to these 2 wires. Let's see. And they are short by design. So I've got the wire running from the outside to here, you should have seen, you can see the light coming on there. Let's see, should be this one, nope. Okay, these two here are live wires at this point. And so if I touch, I'll turn this on its side so you can actually see that as they meet up, if I can. But as these wires connect, the light should come on. I'll go ahead and twist it in here a little bit so that it will stay connected. But like I said, I can't solder this until I'm sure that everything is ready to go, because if I glue it, if I solder it, then I glue it, and you can see there, oops, there you go. You can see there, the second level lights are ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause the camera, cut this off, get this set up to where it is sitting on top of here. I'm not positive yet whether I'm going to glue it or not. There is going to be a little bit of working it to get it to stick down where it needs to be, but it's well on its way. Probably work on this during the live stream today. Today is a Sunday, and I'll film something later on. This will be the end of this. I'll film something to where once I have this floor complete, probably, like I said, probably not hooked up, but once that floor is complete to where I can show it lit, I'll film the next segment, and we'll call that the end of the video for this one, and then we'll do the third floor after that, because before I can go any further, I've got to get all the floors wired up for lighting. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to light it, and I still have to figure out how I'm going to light the attic room. That's going to be a little bit different, because the attic, the roof has to be able to come off. So we'll figure that out next couple of videos, in the next video or the video after that. So I'll be back once I get more progress done on this. Okay, it has been several weeks, and part of the reason it's been several weeks is because of our house getting fixed after the storms in March. So you can see on here, I got the red wire, got the black wire, they're hooked up. And what I did was I went around the outside with the black wire. They all link together and then come back over here. The red wires all come off of the, and each has a resistor and come link over here. Similar to what is on the second floor and the first floor. Everything now is lit. So next steps are going to be to glue this together and then break out the books and continue on. But before I end this video, I want to show what it looks like. So let me go ahead and switch views and turn on the power supply. And you can see all the levels have lights, and there were design choices made as I was doing this. This level has 2 lights close in, this level has 2 lights spread out, and this level has 3 lights. But it's getting there. Plus I'm still very happy with the light that's in the pull-out drawer. So we're getting there. Like I said, I need to glue this together. Once it is glued together, once it is set up and permanently glued together, then, sorry, excuse my hand, then I will be continuing on. I've got to check the insurance. We've got to double check the instructions. I believe I can at this point glue it together confidently, and it's going to be in stages. It's going to be let me switch back. It's going to be the first floor first. I'm going to glue it down. After I glue the first floor down, I'm going to glue the first floor and the second floor together, clamping it the way this is, just to make sure everything works out. At the same time, the stairs are not here going from second to the third floor right now. I got to put that back in, and then I'll do the same thing here, and then we'll press on. Still have to figure out how I'm going to light the third floor or the fourth floor, because we've got lights here, here, here. The attic does not as yet have lights in it. So the attic will probably tap off of these wires here, but it's coming along. It's close to being done to where I can put it together or put the walls on, and I'm really excited about that. I will try and get another video out, not taking several weeks. Like I said, our house took precedence. Same with a lot of things going on. I didn't have videos for almost 3 weeks because of the repairs going on the house. But I hope you're enjoying this. I am having a blast with it. It is a great build. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want to see more content, or if you want to be like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you're enjoying my content, and the bell icon will let you know whenever I post new content. Appreciate you watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Tell me what you think about my losing track of what I'm saying right in the middle of saying it. With that, I am going to say, have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow, and I will see you in the next video or stream.
Buckman's Model Mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden models. Buckman's Model Mania, hard work models, plastic modeling, wooden